Peace. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. Welcome, YouTube. Peace, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Meditation and grocery giveaway Wednesday. So, we pick up at page 187. No, correction, 186. Reading number 28. Peace. 4 times 7, right? Very balanced, right? Page 186, in the middle. Quail. Quail. Keynote. Group nourishment and protection. Cycle of power. Spring and autumn. The quail is a member of the chicken-shaped bird family known as the galliforms. This also includes chickens, pheasants, grouse, and such. In fact, quails have much the same habits as chickens. These should be examined as well if a quail has flown into your life, because they are considered good eating. They have come to be associated with nourishment in many areas. Their frenzied mating antics, though, have also earned them a reputation for sexuality and fertility. In ancient Greece, they were considered a symbol of the return of spring. The bobwhite is a member of the quail family, which speaks its name. This distinctive call has been associated with the mysticism of names. It is a bird which can help you to learn your soul name, the name that stays with your lifetime after lifetime. It has knowledge of the power of names and the naming process. Hearing the sound of the quail during the first. Hey, peace, everyone. Peace, commercials. Peace. Welcome, YouTube. We're reading Animal Speak in Quail, bottom of page 186. It has knowledge of the power of names and the naming process. Hearing the sound of the quail during the first week before or after the birth of a child can reflect you have chosen the most beneficial name for that child. Quails live in groups called bevies. In cold weather, they will often nestle together to stay warm. They will often sit in a tight circle on the ground, tails together in the center, their heads facing the outer rim of the ring. They appear like the spokes of a wheel. This posture enables them to fly in all directions to confuse the predator when they are threatened. The quail has a wonderful ability to easily spot danger. It takes off with a loud explosion. This startles the predator, distracting it and enabling them to escape. Quail can teach you to be mindful of dangers and how to explode to safety when threatened. It teaches how not to hesitate during times of crisis. Welcome all. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Animal Speak, Ted Andrews. This corner of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. Peace, everyone. Raven. We're moving on. Raven. Bird Totems Dictionary, Chapter 10. Here we go. Page 187. Keynote for Raven. Magic, shape shifting, and creation. Cycle of power, winter solstice. The raven is one of those birds that has a tremendous amount of lore and mythology surrounding it, and it is often contradictory. It is a bird of birth and death, and it is a bird of mysticism and magic. In the Near East, the raven was considered unclean because it is a scavenger. It is one of the foods listed as forbidden in the Bible. The raven is one of the birds that Noah sent out after the floods, but it did not return to the ark. On the other hand, also in biblical lore is the tale of how the raven fed upon the prophet Elijah when hiding from King Ahab. In Scandinavian lore, the raven played a significant role. The Norse god Odin had a pair of ravens who were his messengers. Their names were Hugin, thought, and Munnin, memory. Odin was known to shapeshift as a raven himself. This reflects the idea of Raven being a messenger of the great spiritual realm. The raven has a long history of being an omen. During the Middle Ages, the croak of the raven was believed to foretell a death or the outcome of a battle. It was even taught to common folk in Christian communities that wicked priests became ravens when they died. Even today, some old timers tell how you can expect hot weather when a raven is seen facing a clouded sun. The raven is a member of the corvids family, to which belong crows and magpies and other such birds. In truth, the only really significant difference between the crow and the raven is in size, the raven being much larger. It would be beneficial to study the information on the crow for anyone who has a raven totem. Much of the same information that applies to one also applies to the other. It is simply a matter of degree. Rather than repeat that information here, I would like to give you some more information not generally associated with the crow itself. The raven has a wealth of myth and lore surrounding. In many ways, it is comparable to the coyote tales of the Plains Indians, the Bushman tales of the mantis, and other societies in which an animal plays both a significant and yet confusing role. The coyote was both trickster and wise being, fool and wise one. This was true of the mantis in the tales of the Kalahari Bushmen. In the Pacific Northwest, the raven has the same aura about him. In the Pacific Northwest, Raven brought forth life and order. Raven stole the sunlight from the one who would keep the world in darkness. Nothing could exist without Raven. Raven is honored in art and on totem poles, reflecting the tales and mysticism that have developed around it. With Raven, human and animal spirits intermingle and become as one. This is reflected in its deep, rich, shiny black. In blackness, everything mingles until drawn forth out into the light. Because of this, Raven can help you shapeshift your life or your being. Raven has the knowledge of how to become other animals and how to speak their languages. Ravens are great at vocalizations and they can be taught to speak. They incorporate and mimic the calls of other species. In the Northwest are tales of the Kakuakiti Indians who offered the afterbirth of male newborns to Raven, who that when they grew up, they would understand their cries. Raven can teach you to understand the language of animals. Ravens are playful and they are excellent tool users. They will use stones and anything else that is available to help them crack nuts and such. They are birds not intimidated by others, and they are very fast and wary. Because of this, they are not easy prey for other animals or birds. This implies the ability to teach you how to stir the magic of life without fear. They are also known for their amorous behavior, reflecting the strong creative life force to which they have access. This creative life force can be used to work the magic of spiritual laws upon the physical plane. It can be used to go into the void and stir the energies to manifest that which you most need. All this and more is what Raven teaches. If Raven has come into your life, expect magic. Somewhere in your life, magic is at play. Raven activates the energy of magic. Yes. Raven activates the energy of magic, linking it with your will and intention. Raven speaks of the opportunity to become the magician and or the enchantress of your life. Commercial means this one is going. So let's go with the next one. Raven speaks of the opportunity to become the magician and or enchantress of your life. Each of us has a magician within, and it is Raven which can show us how to bring that part out of us, out of the dark, into the light. Raven speaks of messages from the spirit realm that can shapeshift your life dramatically. Raven teaches how to take that which is uninformed and give it the form you desire. The winter solstice and the winter season is the time of greatest power for those with the raven as a totem. The solstice is the shortest day of the year. The sun shines the least on this day. Thus, it is the darkest. From that day forth, the light shines a little more each day. This is symbolic of the influence of Raven. It teaches how to go into the dark and bring forth the light. With each trip in, we develop the ability to bring more light out. This is creation. That's the bottom of page 188. Here we go to 189. This is a great one, guys. Peep this. Road Runner. Road Runner. Isn't it beautiful? Awesome. Thank you guys for enjoying it. Peace, Zoe. Highest heart love. J Viz. Peace. Thank you so much for coming through and reading books with us. That part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. Thank you so much for being here. If I could just give you some of this peace, that's what I'm doing. Reading the books. Send that message and the energy out to the world, right? Give them some of this peace. Even if it's just 20 or 30 minutes. We can just breathe and read. Peace, peace. Here we go. Road Runner. Top of page 189. Keynote: mental speed and agility. Cycle of power: spring and summer. The road runner is a streaked bird approximately 2 feet long. It has a crest upon its head, and as with any bird, with such, it reflects an activation on the mental faculties. It lives in cactus and mesquite areas, and these should be studied by anyone who has this bird as its totem. The roadrunner eats grasshoppers in large quantities. Again, for those with this totem, the qualities and characteristics of this prey should be studied. It will provide further insight into the role the roadrunner will play in your life. Refer to part 4 of this text. The roadrunner is actually a ground dwelling cuckoo. Cuckoo! We did that earlier, right? It has adapted to life on the ground. It has almost lost the power of flight, but on rare occasions, they do fly. Its greatest ability is that of running. It can run as fast as 18 miles per hour. The Roadrunner teaches mental agility and speed. Those with this totem will learn to think quickly on their feet, and the Roadrunner will help you learn to shift your thought process with speed and agility. Mentally, you will find it necessary and easier to stop, shift, and then run in another direction if necessary. The tail of the Roadrunner works like an air brake. It facilitates stops and shifts in the mental process. It also implies an activation of the Kundalini in the manner that will enable you to manifest your thoughts. Instead of planning and never completing, there will occur increased opportunity to plan and set those plans in motion. Individuals with the Roadrunner as a totem are always thinking. It is sometimes hard to follow their train of thought. But if they can be slowed down, they can show you connections and stimulate ideas you had not thought possible. Their minds are always at work. Let's go. Let's do another one. Yay, peace. Oh, peace, chastity. Highest heart love. Thank you guys for the likes and subs. We're pushing for 500 subs here where we read books and learn from masters. This is Master Ted Andrews, Animal Speak. We're in the Dictionary of Bird Totems, Chapter 10. Now at the top of page 190. You guys, I put them all in the playlist so you can go back and read the whole books with us as well as loads of other books. All right, thank you so much. Highest heart love to the reading community, the book lovers community. We are here. Thank you for Yellow Brick music as well, Yellow Brick melodies as well. Robin. Woo! Robin. This is a really good one. Okay. Robin. Live from the light in LA. Keynote. Spread of new growth. Cycle of power. Spring. Most commonly known as robin redbreast, this wonderful bird is a traditional herald of spring. Although robins often migrate, they do not always need to do so. Migration occurs due to lack of food and not to avoid colder weather as many believe. If the food supplies are beneficial, the robin will make its home year round. In spring, its song is often recognizable to all. In fact, few birds outdo the robin in overall distribution throughout North America. When a robin comes into your life, you can expect new growth to occur in a variety of areas in your life, not in just one single area. There exists much myth and lore around the robin. The most common legend is that it obtained its red breast when it pulled a thorn from the bloodied crown on Christ's head while on the cross. In the more superstitious tradition, the stealing of a robin's egg was a means to court misfortune. Some believe that you should make a wish when you see the first robin of spring before it flies off, or you will have no luck for the next year. In spite of this lore, a study of the robin can reveal much of its true worth as a totem. Robins react to red. In males, it signals other males to get out of my territory. Ooh, commercials. Commercials keep us going though. Right? Thank you guys. Signals to get out of my territory. The red is, of course, connected to the Kundalini. In the robin, it is more of a rust, as if it has been diluted with other colors. This, along with the fact that it covers the entire breast area, reflects its activation in a manner that will stimulate new growth in all areas of your life. The song of the robin is a cheery, rolling trill. Part of its purpose is to help the robin establish its territory. Two males in the same area will puff up and sing with all their force. Fights between robins over territory are usually in song. Physical confrontations are more symbolic, without injury. This is very significant for anyone with this bird as its totem. It reflects a need to sing your own song forth if you wish new growth. Any confrontations or hindrances are more show than actual threats. So go forward. The robin lays a distinctive powder blue egg. This is a color that is often used to activate the throat energy centers of humans. This is a center associated with the will force and creativity. The robin egg reflects the innate ability of those with this totem to assert the will force to create new growth in his or her life. When the robin comes to you, it is to help you in this process. It may reflect you have been doing so inappropriately or ineffectually. Either way, the robin will show you how to do it successfully. And that's where we'll pause. Hi, it's Hard Love. Welcome. Thank you all for reading with me. The Robin. I know some of you have probably seen that powder blue egg laying on the ground somewhere, and it's just like, oh, look at this little blue. And you wondered if, like, it was a blue jay. It's a robin's egg. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you guys so much for the likes and subscribes, man. Hi, it's Heart Love. I saw the hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you for reading books. Animals Speak. Learn the Language of the Animals by Ted Andrews. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. I want you to have a wonderful evening. Magical Wednesday. We had a great meditation with the great Lorianne Speed, praying for all our friends and family around the world. Freedom, right? Freedom. We need it. We have to take it. Remember, that's what this is teaching us. Animals and these birds, right? They make sure they have their freedom first. They build their nests, right? They feed their young and take care of them. They can fly away. We need that freedom. We have to fight for it. Love to everyone here in LA. Letting that energy go out to the world. Did meditation. I'm going to go back in meditation tonight. We went to that powder blue cloud the other night, so I was thinking about going to the pink cloud tonight. Yeah, all heart energy. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in forever. Peace.